We launched our Project Inspire series to tell stories of all kinds of people making a difference.
The inspiration for the series started with Spokane native Steve Gleason. Steve became an internationally known symbol of inspiration and determination in the face of ALS.
On a recent trip to his adopted home of New Orleans, I was reminded Steve was a symbol of hope well before he had to tackle ALS. I wasn't exactly sure what to expect, but my visit home with Steve turned into half holiday, half home game, and all inspiration.
Who's ready?
Inside Steve Gleason and Michelle Verisco's New Orleans home.
Well, you better get ready.
The stockings are hung in salute to the kind of cheerful chaos only the holidays can bring. Don't be fooled by the sword fighting. This is a welcoming bunch.
Hi, I'm Jane.
Jane and Derek.
Hi. Hi, how's it going?
Although I'm a guest, it feels a bit like I've been here before. If you watched the Gleason documentary, powerful and highly personal, you'd likely feel that familiarity here too.
Vinny, hold yours up a little more.
Plus, who can't relate to the struggle of trying to corral the whole crew into a festive greeting?
Everybody say Merry Christmas.
1,
It came out.
2, 3.
But this isn't just Christmas card day, it's game day too.
Hi, Steve. Good to see you.
Steve tells me what he loves most about Saints Game Sunday.
Game days are mostly about having fun and creating memories with Rivers and Michelle.
Michelle and Steve married in 2008. Then came now 6-year-old Rivers, named after the peaceful rivers of the inland Northwest Steve grew to love when he was a child himself.
Spokane and the Inland Empire are where my roots were formed. I'm confident that I am the person I am today because I was raised in the Northwest. I miss the area every day.
And as he loads up with family and friends on the way to the Superdome,
I want cold water.
we're reminded why Steve loves New Orleans too.
This is a unique city, and I've loved the city almost from the very beginning of my time here 18 years ago. There are so many things to love about New Orleans, but ultimately, I love this place because of the people who live here.
And we quickly learn the feeling is intensely mutual. What do you think he means to this city?
Oh, hope, faith and hope.
They're excited to come up to him, and and Steve's the great type of person where he'll always give them the time of day.
Hi there. Happy Sunday. How you doing?
I love Steve Gleason. I love him.
We have that love covered from all angles at the recent Saints-Panthers game. Well, we lost one of those angles, actually, when Rivers got a hold of our GoPro camera. Rivers just lost a tooth, by the way. He's kind of proud of it. Steve and Team Gleason are also proud to be the center of attention today. A local fundraiser drummed up $50,000 for Team Gleason to help people with ALS live a better life now and search for a cure for the future.
But he's done so much good for people. So he took a lemon and made it lemon drop.
Steve's unique brand of inspiration translates into another beloved Gleason game day tradition. Fans know when Steve starts heading toward the tunnel, he's about to greet the Saints players right before they take the field.
People just cheer for him and, go Steve, we love you, Steve, no white flags.
A lot of Saints fans tell me it was that first game back after Hurricane Katrina in the Superdome here when they fell in love with Steve Gleason. And a lot of them, when they talk about that game today, they still get emotional.
He was a big inspiration to me as well as a lot of other people in the city of New Orleans after Katrina. The first game back in the Dome was very emotional for all of us. I mean, a lot of us were still in trailers. We hadn't had a place to live.
The people of the city still tender and recovering at the time. That's when Gleason flies out of nowhere to block a punt returned for a Saints touchdown.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes! Yes!
It lifted a city in a time of suffering, a moment that 10 years later still conjures up chills.
He's such a hero to all of us in the city, especially after Katrina. And we show him the sign every game. So we're glad he's here, sharing it with us.
It was just amazing, and he was the reason that we all came together again and realized we had to do what we had to do, and we had to get to it.
We had to do what we had to do, and we had to get to it. That's what the people of New Orleans did then, and what Steve did years later when diagnosed with ALS.
No white flags.
It's good to see you here.
We've learned Steve isn't about to give up, even in the face of ALS. His mom tells me that's the way Steve was born. But I'm willing to bet a little of New Orleans has rubbed off on Steve, too.
This city breeds and attracts unique, outrageous people, innovative people who see opportunity where others see chaos, persistent people who rebuild when their city or their lives fall apart, fierce people who protect what they love, and love a great deal.
They love and are clearly loved by this guy. It seems the kid from Spokane ended up exactly where he needs to be.
Very cool.
And I want to thank Steve and Michelle for having me to their home and tagging along to the game. And again, it was fun to see from a different perspective. You know, we've talked to people here who he inspires every day, but talking to the people in New Orleans is definitely a different perspective.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
was struck by how much of an impact he's made in New Orleans. We all know about the impact he's made here locally, but in New Orleans, that was really something.
Yeah, starting with that play and pretty much every day since then.
Right.
So.